edition of Desert Empire Vibe, aka The Vibe. I'm your host, Andrew Caravella. Now, normally here on the show, we like to do spotlights on public figures, musicians, bands, actors, dancers, choreographers, musicians. I already said musicians.
Yeah, you did.
Filmmakers, you name it, we do it.
I am not any one of those.
Yeah, he's not any of those. But however, he's a bigger celebrity than I am. Yeah, just a little. You kind of came up in the ranks really quick here. This is Chris Paul, ladies and gentlemen, from the hit High Desert television show, because we have those here. You actually
we do.
We do.
Yes, we do.
This show and yours. In Your Town with Chris Paul. Now, this kind of picked up really, really quickly. Like, you kind of went viral here in the High Desert. Tell us a little bit about your show and what it's all about, you know?
Well, chicks dig me because I rarely wear underwear, but that's just me. I'm commando that way. But can we say that on TV?
We already did.
No,
I'll get letters later.
No, I just have fun with it. You know what? A good friend of mine, the director here, Tom Bogdas, Tomasito, got me in this, and he said, you know what? You should get in front of the camera, do something for our news, and it just went from there, doing little segments on restaurants and stuff, 2-minute spot, minute 30, and it just started from there. And thank you, Tim, for giving me a shout out there. That's a shout out for Tim Harris, owner.
Timothy.
Tim, big Tim. And it was just great. And then it just took off from there. And
people don't realize that there's actually a lot of cool little mom and pop food stops here in the Victor Valley.
Oh my gosh, yeah. Hitting those mom and pop places. The theme behind In Your Town was always that I wanted to help the small businessman. I know you have like the bigger places, Red Robin, you know, the bigger places out here. The brew house had just opened up, and I was like, these mom and pop places are great places to go eat. They're just like little holes that people don't know about, and once they hear about them, boom, business starts up for them. And if I can do that, I think I've done my job.
How do you plot your next episode? Is it literally like you say when you hop out of the truck and say, hey, I was driving around? I mean, is that how you just eye catch stuff? Or
yeah.
What are you doing? Are you going on Yelp? Like, how do you find these places?
A lot of it started doing that. Just going on Yelp, driving around. I've been here since, gosh, in the desert since 78, 79. So
that was way before I was born.
Yeah, you weren't even. I've been here quite a while, but seeing it grow and seeing all this, and then I started thinking, you know what? This is a pretty good place here in the High Desert. I like it. I love the High Desert.
So you moved here in 78. Where were you before that?
Lived Grove.
Oh, I lived there for a hot minute.
I don't ever want to go back.
It's not that bad.
It's all right. I mean, really packed now. Because if you go down the hill now, you ever notice that? Gosh, it's packed. You come back here, it's not so packed up here. It's just one of those things.
So is that one of the things why you stayed here for so long? It's spaced out?
Yeah, I really like it. I like the desert. And I really like helping people. Like I said, it's all about the small businessman. I really like telling people also about the High Desert. So that's how it all started, this In Your Town, talking with people. And now I'm getting some PMs and messages, hey, go check out this place, the Apple Valley Inn. How about the Green Tree? And that's great. I'm glad that people are watching the show, so it really makes you a sense of worth what you're doing. And you know, a lot of work, a lot of pounding the pavement. So
oh, those days are over for me.
Mine is still going, but I enjoy it. I like doing that.
That's good. That's exciting. So I want to talk to you next segment in regards to how you go about like your checklist on how, once you get to these restaurants, like how you decide how you want to fill them and stuff like that. But before we do it, I want a little background on you. You're married, right?
Right.
So tell us about your wife.
26 years now. I hope I got that right. She'll be watching this. Yeah, okay. Yeah, married to Cindy for great years and 3 kids, grandchildren. Just.
What do your kids do?
Oh, God. One drinks, one smokes pot. No, I'm just kidding. Don't erase that. One works for the BNSF, my oldest, my second to the oldest.
I'm sorry, the
BNSF, the
train track people.
Train track people. I was going, BNSF, it just went blank there. and the other one works for Coors Light.
Oh, okay.
And the other one is a stay-at-home mom. And then my youngest one, well, I call her my youngest one, is my Novalie, my granddaughter, living with us, and I love it. It's great having grandchildren around.
You get to spoil them?
And my daughter-in-law, can't forget Kimberly.
You like to spoil
and
the
then
little,
Rhonda.
The little ones?
Yeah, it's the little ones. The kids.
So your kids can come back
and
yell at you?
But it's great, yeah, because you get, when you have grandkids, you can spoil them. Okay, here you go. Yeah, I just fed them a lot of chocolate, so You know, Carrie, you got to do that stuff.
What's your Facebook?
Facebook? You mean like
For in your town?
For in your town? Oh, just Facebook. I just go on there. You mean like what I do with it or how I promote it or how?
How do I find you on Facebook?
Oh, on Facebook. Thank you. A little tired. It's been up all day. I need some coffee. I need some caffeine.
He missed the pre-screen. That's what happened.
I forgot to bring some coffee. Okay. Hey, it's just Facebook, you know, In Your Town with Chris Paul. You can come and check in with me right there. Got a YouTube page also. Okay. So you can go check out the page there. It's growing. Hey, I got over 5,000 in less than a year.
That's not bad for the high desert.
Not bad, but hey, keep on going. Keep on watching the show, guys. So.
All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and when we come back with Chris Paul, we're going to talk about the actual show In Your Town in regards to how you shoot from episode to episode and make it the way that you do in the most professional way possible.
Thank you.
All right. We'll be right back. Commercial break. Watching the Vibe. We'll be right back. Welcome back. We have a lot of fun here when the commercials are rolling. I'm your host, Andrew Caravella of Desert Empire Vibe, now streaming on KVVB.TV. Also, you can check us out on Roku TV via the Livestream app, keyword KVVB. We're everywhere.
I'm okay.
Over 10 million.
Tom was rubbing his belly over there, and that was just too much.
Over 10 million on the platform. So there's probably 10 million people who are going to find out about the commando thing we were talking about.
I'm sorry about that. I've had a long day. The baggy eyes will tell you guys.
So let's talk about In Your Town with Chris Paul. So it's mostly food from episode to episode that, you know, these mom and pop shops. How do you, okay, so you pick a place, okay, and you go in. How do you go and film your episodes? How does that work?
Oh gosh, going in and talking with the owners and hearing their back story, you know, how it all started, how they got started. And that's just like always gets me. Okay, well, how did you start cooking? What brought you here? That's what makes In Your Town. And it originally started off, yes, food, but I started thinking like this last show I did for Oral Grand. I thought, gosh, there's a lot of history up here in the desert. We got to throw that in. But it's always about people, places, and things to do, but especially food. That's what I kind of changed it right there because there's so much to do. And so later on, we'll be doing, hopefully, get the village and Apple Valley and the Hill House up there. See, there's a lot of history. That's where it all starts. And going in, when I talk to the owners and the chefs there and how they got started and what brought them cooking, because I used to go to cooking school, school, Pasadena. Went out there to culinary school, learned what they had to. Baking was mine. I love baking. Sorry, Carrie. I love baking. But
what do you like to bake?
It's just, oh gosh, from croissants, you name it. I love the Danish rolls.
Come over to your house after the show here.
And the cinnamon rolls are to die for around Christmas. So if you're still my friend at Christmas.
Yeah. Well, it depends on the letters that we get from this episode.
Okay. So I love doing that. And then getting back to the show was just all about that. I used to go out there on my own. Now I got 2 friends of mine that are helping me out, which really helps out.
So now you have lighting. A crew.
A crew. It's starting to grow pretty big, and it's just like went from one, like you were saying earlier, to another. And then I thank God, you know, it's been a great year.
See, and you're a simple guy. You're not going out with like these high-powered television cameras. How are you filming these shows? Tell us about the equipment that you're using.
Oh gosh, it's got the Sony. Right, Tom? The Sony and the HD camera and then the lighting and Tom actually helped me out with a lot of the sound and the mics.
I believe it's a Canon that you have.
Canon, I'm sorry. Canon, oops, sorry.
That's why I have an earpiece.
Is it? Canon, oh, sorry, Tom. Canon, I'm tired, right? But anyway, the equipment is just HD quality, so, you know, you don't want people, when you're doing these episodes, if you're going in with a little
right.
Yeah. I want them to feel look.
We're gonna film your show now on my cell phone camera.
I want you guys out there, whoever I do a show for.
But I'm going to turn it sideways,
professional.
So it's 1080 HD. Action.
So that's how that all happened with the equipment and lighting and sound. So a lot of kudos to my good friend Tom Bogdas.
All right, very good. How do you edit the shows? Do you use like a special editing program?
Can I say the program? Or is it?
Sure, I don't. Yeah, go ahead.
Is it okay?
Let me check
I got the thumbs up.
Yes, go ahead. Thumbs up from legal. Go ahead.
Gosh, now Cyberlink. I use Cyberlink.
Okay.
I like the software Cyberlink. I did start using Sony. Sony again, Vegas.
Sony Vegas. Love Sony Vegas.
And I went along with Cyberlink. I don't know, just came to me a lot easier, but works good for what I do.
Yeah. Well, I'm not trying to like say anything, but you did one, I believe, on the Apple Valley Country Club a while ago, and you did interview me.
Yes, I did.
And I never seen that footage.
They ran me out of there.
I was excited. I was like, cross promotion. I'm going to be on another channel or another show, and it just never happened.
Yeah, that one just never produced. There's been a few, that you go there. Man, I'm sure if
I like practiced my speech for like 30 minutes to really sell In Your Town with Chris Paul.
It's still there. It's in the vault. It's there.
Maybe it'll be like on the DVD or something, right?
Yes, it'll be
season one.
Season 1, the throwaways that I threw away, and it'll be back.
The
but I
outtakes.
remember, that one, Apple Valley Inn, is still. We're in, not Apple Valley Inn, that's the Apple Valley Golf Course.
Yes,
Golf
Country
course.
Club.
Country Club out there. Still in talks with them. Apple Valley Inn in talks with them because that's a lot of history there.
There is,
So
yeah.
I love to hit that one. And I just keep on going. And then when I go in, just go introduce myself.
Now, we have fans in Lucerne Valley, too. Haven't seen you, tread out there yet.
Coming up. Got the burger place out there. Oh, my gosh, that little hut.
Yeah, I've ate there before. It's really good.
The Burger Depot.
Yeah.
Burger Depot. Yes, that's coming up. That'll be in the next one, Tim. Burger Depot in Lucerne Valley. That's a mom and pop place. I really love talking with them. But they're only open Monday through Friday. Saturday and Sunday closed.
Oh.
Don't even think of going there on the weekend. Just Monday through Friday. But you'll know it's worth it when you go over there if you're ever out that way. And I did check out the, what is that, the Japanese or Chinese food, the Oriental place out there.
I don't know. I just moved back to the area.
Lucerne Valley. Do you know the name of that, Carrie? But I'll tell you what. We went out there. Me and the wife went out there a couple of weeks ago to check it out because I always check out places, folks. I always go to. I don't want to tell you to go there, and you might not like it. But anyway, we went and checked it out, and it was really good. I got to say kudos to them too.
Kudos.
Can't remember the name, but really good place.
Well, we're going to take another quick commercial break. But when we come back, we got more here with In Your Town, local celebrity Chris Paul, right here on Desert Empire Vibe. Commercial. We'll be back. Welcome back to Desert Empire Vibe. I'm your host, Andrew Caravella, here every weekday with a celebrity figure here in the high desert, public figures, musicians, the host of In Your Town with Chris Paul, Christopher.
You were going to say in yours for a while.
Up yours.
Thank you.
So anyways, just to be politically correct here, just to be political, because I'm Dutch and Indonesian. I'm also Italian, hence the last name. But I'm Indonesian, which is Asian. Before we went to break, you did say Oriental cuisine.
I said Oriental, yes. It's
slightly offensive, but it's okay.
No,
he didn't know it's Asian.
Asian cuisine to all my Asian friends out there.
Yes.
It's Asian
He also
cuisine.
thanked me for having him here, and I told him that it really wasn't my choice. You were just a fill-in.
Called it the last minute, folks.
But now
that's
that
all
we
right.
got all that out of the way, so you were filming today, actually, for In Your Town. Tell us where you were filming.
Out there getting ready to do some shots for Apple Valley Animal Shelter. Where they're going to be sponsoring, which they always do.
You have a couple dogs on the show? What's going on?
Yeah, we're going to do dog show and everything. They always are helping to get dogs tagged and with the chips and vaccines at a low price. Gina Whiteside, I believe that's her name, that helps run that place, always is doing really great things out there. So I always want to give a shout out. I wanted to, and I did give a shout out to her because of the work they do there. And then the next place I like to hit is Hesperia Animal
Oh, you
Shelter
only did
too.
one today?
One today,
Okay.
and actually setting equipment and stuff. So we're out there in the sun all day. That's why the bag's under
Isn't
the
that
eyes.
an indoor animal shelter, though?
No, we start off on the outside, of course, walking around the place and giving a hey you do, hi you do, and then you know how we do the bee footage and throw it in and then go in there and talk, and then we'll be back there to finish up some shooting next Tuesday.
Was there anything interesting today, talking about the Apple Valley Animal Shelter, that you came across, some facts or some information that you didn't previously know?
Oh, no, I usually, go in there, do a little research, so I'm not like, what is this? This is a Pomeranian? I thought it was a Chihuahua. No, but anyway. No, I go in there and I always am asking questions to let people know, how do you go about signing up? When you sign up, okay, how do I get the dog with the vaccine, to get the tags? How does this all work? And then that's what I let people know, so that when they go in there, talk to Gina or one of her staff, and they'll set you all up.
Now, growing up here in the high desert myself before I went to LA to go do my thing, slowly making my way back, as a millennial, I don't really see, speaking on behalf of my generation, I don't really see what's so exciting about this place. However, every single episode you do, somehow you give depth and you give flavor and color to all these different businesses. I mean, if you've ever seen an episode of In Your Town with Chris Paul, he does a really exemplary job of really kind of glorifying all these different unique businesses and people up here. So why do you think there's the disconnect between my generation in regards to, oh, there's nothing up here, you know?
Well, you know what? I think I could sum this up really. You know, I had my kids growing up here, and one of the things that they complained about was nothing to do. They wanted a skate park. I think they were denied by the city. I'm not going to say cities or who. And it was a big to-do thing, and then they started hanging around at the mall, but then they were kind of banned from the mall, you know, for
your kids are
teenagers.
just doing great.
My kids are really good. No, I'm talking all kids in general. And it was just like there was never nothing to do. So I think the generation that's coming up now is like, what's there to do? But see, I've been here since 78, like I said, 79. I've seen this place grow, and that's what I want to tell people. That's the whole point of the show, is to tell people there is stuff to do up here in the desert. Just got to find them, and that's my job, to tell you about them.
For kids my age, because I'm young, let's just be honest here. Well, give me like maybe 3 things that are of interest that I should go check out.
So far? Well, if you like food, you know that's the #1 thing.
Of course, yeah.
Always got to have a hangout, a place to go. More for the adults, I'm going to do a shout out because the other day, me and my wife, you always hear Taco Tuesday. I know I'm going to go a little off, but I want to tell this. We went to try a couple of places, and one place that I went to go try that's asking me to go check them out was the Cadillac Ranch. And I was going, Allison, because she writes me, that's the owner of Cadillac Ranch. And I was going, well, mine's more of a food. I don't really go bar and music, but I told my wife, you know what? Why not? Let's go out there. Let's check. The food looks great. So we went out there, and it's like, okay, all right, step in. One of the most friendliest places I've ever been. The people, it was just really nice. The food there by Big John does all their food and tacos there. I highly recommend that place. Very nice, great food, a good place to go. Tim, go check it out, Cadillac Ranch.
Oh, Tim hasn't been to Cadillac Ranch yet?
If he hasn't, there's a spot for him. But that's a good place. Like if you're just out and about and you just want to go try out these Taco Tuesdays, which that's another one that I'm going to be doing, Taco Tuesdays. Everybody claims their tacos. You got to check out Taco Tuesday and Wing Wednesdays. Cadillac Ranch, good place to go. As for young kids, I haven't yet, maybe your age compared to my age, really movies, the theater.
Does anyone even go to holiday skating anymore?
Yeah, I don't know if anybody goes to skating.
I like
There's not very much. But I will be looking into that. That's a good thing to look into.
Tell them Andrew Caravella sent you. We're going to take another quick commercial break, and when we come back, we're going to wrap up our exclusive interview here with Chris Paul from In Your Town with Chris Paul. I'm Andrew Caravella. It's Desert Empire Vibe. We'll be right back after this commercial break. Hi, welcome back. Desert Empire Vibe here with Chris Paul from In Your Town. Our camera people are out to lunch. You're a comedian. You should do a stand-up night. I mean,
I'm tired and I need coffee.
We have coffee. It's backstage in the green room.
Have you had Tom's coffee?
I have. It's instant.
Oh, that explains a lot.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about In Your Town a little more. Okay. You know, you kind of got an early start. I believe it was like a news segment, right? It was like a 90-second news segment for In Your Town, but it's growing. So I mean, it's become a 30-minute full-blown television show now. So let's start with that. Let's start from like the early beginning, what it was, and then let's talk about some of the other shows that the other episodes that you've done rather on different businesses.
Oh yeah.
So from the beginning,
off, you know, Terry Kurtz over here is a news anchor, and he pans, you know, says, okay, let's do a shot of Chris Paul. Does he talk like that? Okay, another time.
Let's go to Chris Paul.
Thanks,
for
Terry.
In Your Town.
And, you know, Terry's the professional always, by all means. And then when it, you know, started off, it was just like just little bitty segments, you know, just showing like Paulina's, Rick's Cafe out and that Penning Hills, right? Not feeling. It's
I don't know. I'm not allowed to go to that side of town. It's in my contract.
Couple of places like that. Then as it started growing and it started turning into a 30-minute show, because we were just starting to get collect a lot of places to go and things to see. And that's how it's boom, 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 just from, which I'm glad. I mean, like I said, thank God it's going good and people seem to like it, and I thank them.
So versus the 1.5, 2, 3-minute clips versus a full-blown 30-minute show, what's the difference aside from time length? Like, you know, like what's on the 30-minute shows now that we can look forward to?
Now it's a lot more history, a lot more background on the people, the chefs, the owners, and that's what I like. Because before it was just like all more the food, like what are you serving, what's your specials, what's coming up. But now it's more about the people and the places. That's why I changed it. I went different people, places, and things, and then especially food, always food. But now I get to see the background of how they started, and that's been the real thing for me. And the 30-minute show, I think people are going to like it even more because of that. That history oral grand again that I just finished, and talking with the historical society out there, not society, but the cemetery. I didn't even know it was there. I've been here since for a long time in the desert. Didn't even know that was there. I talked to the mayor.
It's a good place to bury dead people.
Mayor Joe.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm not allowed there either. Sorry, Oral Grand.
You know, going out there and giving a little background on them, and then checking out the bottle museum out there on 66.
There's a bottle museum? Okay, that's actually kind of cool.
Bottle museum out there. He's been around. Actually, he was off of the 15 at first. If it's the same guy, I can't remember his name, but I missed him the last time I was out there. But there's a bottle museum out there. And then we actually went, and I'm putting it on the show, what is it? Burger Den, the original where Del Taco started off, the first place. I think it's the Hackin.
That's out in Barstow, right?
People that owned that started.
Or Yermo,
Del
I believe.
Tacos,
Sorry,
and
Yermo,
it's in Yermo,
yeah, that's it.
And it's the food's great there. Just a little hole in the wall.
That's cool.
And they still have the old sign of Del Taco and all that.
Cool.
And they're gonna paint it all up, but leave that kind of like it is.
Now, one of your most like I guess you could say greatest response episodes was Overland Meat Company, which is pretty much a historic staple here in the high desert.
Oh yeah.
Tell us a little bit about Overland.
Oh gosh, Sue and Dan Fetters there, the owners, great people. Just starting to talk with them. That one really hit off when I started kind of changing the show, because getting the background on them, where they came in the show itself. Dan tells a little where they came, how it started. That right there was actually a clincher for me, because I said, you know, that's what people want to hear. And if they hear where you came from, how you started, that's going to make the show in your town that much more better. So, but Overland in itself, I think it's a staple here in the high desert.
I said that just now,
yeah. Yeah, it's just like, great. Well, I'll say it again. Because it's true. Those guys there and what they do, the sandwiches, the pastrami, always a winner.
Yeah.
Try the pastrami.
Right? Okay, well, we got to wrap up the show. You have a YouTube where we can actually start watching more episodes of In Your Town?
Yeah, In Your Town with Chris Paul on YouTube. Its own little channel there. It's going good. And Facebook going good there. And also now starting up with KVVB Channel 33.
That's
Friday,
right.
Saturday.
By the way, for all of you that have been watching our show, you can also find us KVVB.TV if you're on local antenna, as well as streaming on Roku television for all you savvy internet techie people. Roku TV via the Livestream app, keyword KVVB, and you can watch us 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. Not just our show, but there's other programming also on Channel 33. I want to watch
The Vibe. Yes.
The Vibe. This is The Vibe. I'm trying to get that to go, but they said something about The Voice. That's like their jingle, and you know, legal said we can't do it. So, but I can just sing it all day long. So,
all right.
Do you have a Twitter, Instagram? Are you doing any of that?
No Twitter,
Social
no
media?
Instagram yet.
None of that yet.
I'm hoping Carrie will help me out over there.
You're starting to get into Facebook Live, though, right?
Yeah, we did our first one tonight.
Tonight, right here. You should do some of that stuff on location.
And going out, and I think that'll be a good thing, actually, because when I'm out and about and just give a shout out on a place, good thing to do.
Chris, thank you for joining us tonight.
You're welcome.
It was good stuff. They told me I had to shake his hand. So
make sure and shake his hand. Make him eat the fish.
Right. Thank you for joining us tonight on The Vibe. You can now check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/Desert Empire Vibe. I'm your host, Andrew Caravella, every week here on KVVB.TV.
Olé.
See you later.